Welcome back to the Post Oscars podcast, the only podcast directly after the Oscars that has nothing to do with the Oscars.
Welcome back. Welcome back from the break. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. We took a 2 week break because I had spring break and I was traveling, and I simply put didn't want to have to deal with the podcast. And but now we're back. We're dealing with it, and things are good.
I spun around my chairs many times. I made myself a little sick, but we'll get started.
Oh my gosh, the Throw Uppers podcast.
The I Threw Up podcast. Huge news for my nerd brain. Pokemon ZA or Z minus A or some fucking thing.
I think it's Z2A.
I'm just gonna call it ZA and be done with it.
I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it Pokemon Z because, frankly, that's why I'm excited because it's Pokemon Z finally. They finally made a Pokemon Z.
Yeah, for real. We're going back. We're going back. We're making it out of Lumio City with this one.
Hell yeah, we're making it out of Luminous City with this one.
But yeah, also very happy they're taking a year off finally.
Oh yeah, they've been on the grind, but now they can just slow down and make like a good one.
Actually make a good game.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I'm just really happy that they're releasing Pokemon Z because honestly, frankly, I think that I think Generation 6 was a little, it was revolutionary. It changed so many things, and it kind of it revived the series to some extent. And I think it's gone a little disrespected. So I'm happy to see a return to Kalos, and people being real excited. I'm real excited. Well, because frankly, it's mostly nostalgia reasons.
I think they're good games that were just missing a little something, and I think hopefully they can remedy some of that. I think it's good to go back and kind of fix what was not broken, but just needed repair. So also give the people what they want because um, like the Generation 5 games that would be next in line for remakes, people have grown to adore those games or at least express their adoration for those games so much that people are scared of them touching them. So I think it's a smart move to go back to a generation that doesn't have that universal love and feels a little unfulfilled.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think bringing Kalos into like the Legends sort of space is going to be really good for that game.
It's refreshing given the time period it's seemingly set in, being like a very interesting real world parallel, and also just, you know, it was like, oh, are they going to make Legends Johto or Legends Unova or something related to, because there's so many hints to this or that. And it's like, sometimes you need to calm down and take a step back and realize that not everything is immediately like MCU post credit scenes. This is going to happen. They're not going back because it's going to make them the most money, which is nice. Because my first games were Black 2. Then I got the first Black passed down from my cousin. Passed down, he's a month older than me. He just didn't love it anymore, so I got it. We used to play Pokemon a lot together actually. But some people are out of it, some people are stuck in their childhoods like me. It's better than being a Disney adult though.
Being a Pokemon adult is a lot better than being a Disney adult, I have to say.
Yeah, it is a similar level of embarrassment, but you don't express. You have a self-consciousness.
Yeah, totally.
Um, but Kalos were my third games ever. Actually, I no longer have my cartridge of X. It's the only game I've ever lost, I think. I don't know how it happens, but I do have Pokemon Y, and I played through that years ago, so I remedied it. I remedied the situation. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm excited because I did enjoy those games, and I thought Lumio City was definitely the best part. I'm interested to see what they do.
It was one of I think it still kind of like for me it still kind of stands above later Pokemon cities or even past Pokemon cities like the way they did it with like the
Yeah, I,
rotating
I think
street.
the Generation 5 cities I think are still superior, but I think Lumia City only got the boost just because the 3D technology is so revolutionary that they're willing to do that
Oh yeah.
huge thing. And Generation 9, so like Gen 7 had some cool cities, but it was nothing on the level of um it was nothing on the level of what they're doing in Lumio
Yeah.
City. And it wasn't trying to be either. It was just a very different region. And for what it's worth, Hawaii isn't like Paris, so um not like they had much to pull from in terms of high skyscraping cities, but I think it's a very pretty region. Hot take, I do like the Alola games, even though they do have issues.
I never finished Sun and Moon. I did like those games.
Did you like
Yeah.
what are your opinions on the Ultra games if you played them?
Oh, I own Ultra Sun. I have not taken it out of the box.
I'm so certain that if they were on the Switch, I guarantee you that Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon would just be DLC to the main games because there's very little purpose in them existing beyond just a alternative version of Sun and Moon. For what it's worth, I do enjoy Ultra Stage. It's a very cool feature. I feel like they just could have implemented that into Sun and Moon.
I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were made out of reaction to people were a little kind of peeved that they didn't make XY and X2 and X2 and Y2. Because I feel like it was like
They
somewhat
just want to see.
did
They really just want to see.
they
The
really
people
wanted Z or
wanted Z.
Pokemon, but the people they yearned for Pokemon Z. Uh,
They
uh
yearned. So my point, I'm getting off topic.
we're so off topic.
So
This is such a
the
tangent.
cities and they went to the Switch. The cities in Galar are not impressive to me.
No,
I'm just being so honest.
yeah,
I
like
like the design concepts behind quite a few of them. I think they have cool design concepts, but I don't think that the game engine technology, whatever, really captures the scope of the city as much as they should. Yeah, so like in Castelia City, Unova, Lumia City, Kalos, they feel bustling. There's activity.
yeah,
But you go to the biggest city in Galar and it feels empty.
no, for sure. I think that's
And it's the last city. So you should feel like this huge, like, like, it's the Pokemon League. But it's just like, it's disappointing. And that was my first reaction too.
yeah.
It was immediate disappointment. I have my issues with those games. I don't think they're great. There are decent parts of them, but I just think they're
I feel like
not
they're not
great.
putting the attention into the environment that it deserves. And I think that people like this was like a huge like Twitter discourse thing. But like I feel like it was exemplimentary even in like the texture that they used for like the trees or like the grass. Like you can like people argued
Oh my
day and night
God.
whether or not it was a style thing, but like even if you like take for granted that it's like a style, I think, the obvious lack of meaningful depth in the textures just betrayed like they're not putting energy into the environments that the Pokemon and the player and the people are inhabiting in this game in this world. and it's like, okay, the city.
Yeah,
That's well, that's what I'd say about even X and Y. Like, say what you want about those games, and it's definitely been said. Like, any problems that the story might have or the structure might have, like the world still feels
yeah,
rather
it's
alive, and
pretty. Yeah,
yeah,
it's very nice.
you can say the same thing about Sun and Moon.
My only issue with the world of X and Y is you can't go to the power plant, which is so fucked. Like any previous Pokemon game, you would have been able to go to the power plant, but they just didn't. And that pisses me off, and it's such a nitpick.
I thought there was a whole section in the power plant, like you're in the desert, and then there's a whole boss fight in the power plant. Is that not the power plant?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
okay, I don't
it's
remember
not.
that game. So I thought
Not a true collusion. But
man, I played that game like
so
10 years
Generation 9, Scarlet and Violet is the most conflicted I've ever been with a Pokemon game. I think there are great aspects to it, but there are terrible parts to it too. I think it's the laziest Pokemon game by far, but it's also the most ambitious, which is kind of contradictory. And it does contradict itself a lot. Um, but the fact it's such a minor thing, but the fact that you can't go into houses anymore unless you specifically have to go in them for story reasons is so inhibiting to the world building. There's nothing. It feels so empty. It feels devoid of life, even though they're NPCs walking down the street.
Yeah.
If you can't go into the houses, there's nothing meaningful to be gleaned from what they tell you.
Oh yeah, totally.
So there's no sense of like the world. And you can take classes at the school, but like that's not the fun way to get information. And it
Hmm.
also is just information. It's not culture. It's not the people living there in the towns. And it's just, I don't know. They need to fix that.
Yeah.
I seriously will have a hissy fit if the next game does the same thing, because that actually genuinely pissed me off when I played it.
Well, that's one of the main features of Pokemon historically is that if you walk into a town, you can walk into all the buildings and you can talk to the person living in the building.
Yeah. And sometimes there are towns you don't even have to go to some of the towns, but you can. And it's the exploration that's
Yeah.
exciting. And it's them dropping in these little
Yeah, for sure.
things, if like rewarding you for exploring. But
Hmm.
Scarlet and Violet do not feel that way. And it feels like a symptom of the quick turnaround time. So hopefully they're
Yeah.
able to bring the fullest life out of Lumia City. I think they definitely have heard the feedback, and hopefully they make the changes that they should. But we'll see.
Yeah. I sent you a link in Twitter.
I'm sending you a link. This is crazy. Oh, Sarah B. Yeah, shout out Sarah B.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I swear to God, I don't remember this.
You literally go into the power plant. There's a whole section. Unless you're talking about a different power plant.
Maybe it's the scarcity of things to do there. I don't know.
That's fair. It is like just like one section with
Yeah,
like a
it's
fight.
just not
Like
very
a big
memorable, which is
fight.
it's kind of shitty, but
That kind of sums up game's plot generally. Okay, we can move on.
spring training started.
Oh yes, spring training
Huge
started.
moment for Swifters.
Huge moment for the Swifters. That our teams are looking good. Uh,
They're back, baby.
so back. O'Neal Cruz, Hayden
O'Neil
Bombs.
Cruz is he is the one. He is the one.
He is the one who will lead the Pirates out of poverty.
Who lead us the pirates out of the to the promised land.
To the promised land of Getting eliminated first round of the postseason, probably. It's a start. It's a start.
It is. It is. The bare minimum.
They're rebuilding.
They've been rebuilding.
When was the last time the Pirates won a World Series?
I think it was 1979.
They've been rebuilding since. They've been rebuilding ever since Barry Bonds left.
They kind of have been. They've been poverty ever since Bonds left.
It was low-key their Curse of the Bambino moment.
It was kind of huge. No, it was the most consequential moment in Pirates history was losing Game 7 of the NLCS to the Braves. I swear to God. That doesn't happen on a walk-off. Then the Pirates never go into rebuild mode.
Was that 92?
I think it was 92, 93.
We can cut that out. No. Okay. The Astros are looking good. We got our guys hitting hits, making strikeouts. A little scary that Framber Valdez gives up like 6 runs in his like first 2 innings that he pitches. But he was calling his own pitches, just working on stuff. So maybe there's no reason to be worried. Maybe.
Spring training is just an omen of things to come.
Weren't you telling me about that guy in the Pirates who hit like he was like he had like a .8 OBP?
Yeah, Kevin Newman. He was shortstop for the Pirates 2021, I think, spring training. 2021, 2022. Hit like 627 or something in spring training and like 40 plate appearances. He's never been good since.
He was playing like a minor leaguer in spring training. He wasn't chilling at all.
He won a Gold Glove, and that was the only year he was ever good on defense. Like, O'Neal Cruz is here finally. We don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore.
Yes, O'Neal Cruz. De La Cruz? Who?
Ellie De La Cruz, who? We stand O'Neal Cruz here. O'Neal Cruz hit 2 home runs today.
Oh yeah, brother.
I want to hear shit about Ellie De La Cruz. 84 career WRC plus.
They're calling him the O'Neal Al Gaib.
O'Neal Al Gaib.
O'Neal Al Gaib. Lead us to the promised land.
Oh my God! Right, Dune. We love Dune.
Dune. We saw Dune.
We haven't talked about Dune yet.
We haven't even talked about Dune yet.
Fucking love Dune. Oh my God.
We love Dune. Oh my God. Best picture.
Huge.
Best picture 2025.
Huge.
That's crazy. Like I forgot that
God.
like last episode I haven't even seen Dune yet. And now this episode I had seen Dune. Like the movie had become such like an expectation of the this is like the best thing ever.
God, this is huge for Dune heads. But
so true for Dune.
Yeah, this is huge. Dune is my favorite book ever, so it could stand to change eventually, but it's fun.
I don't know what my favorite book ever is, but I like made it through like the first chapter of Dune on the plane back here. So
it's tough to get into, but once you're into it, you're into it.
Yeah, it's good.
It pulls you in once you're in.
Yeah, I downloaded. I got the audiobook on YouTube. I've been reading a lot
audiobook
with it. Well, I use it to like
oh my God.
Keep myself focused while I'm actually reading the book. So I got the audiobook and the actual book itself. Because like my brain can't focus on it otherwise.
My bangs are kind of popping off right now, low key.
Hell yes, sister. You got it.
It's all going together. It's all coming together. Seamless transition into our next topic.
Seamless transition.
We have both been theater kids. We've talked about it.
We've talked about it. It's been one of the main topics currently.
Currently, I am 1 day away from Tech Week.
Oh my God. God bless you.
Me and Yeah, talk about theater.
Oh my god, theater's brutal.
So, yeah, theater kid drama is so crazy.
Theater kid drama is the dumbest shit sometimes.
Sometimes it's just like these two people do not like each other, and so there's just a rift, and they just will not be together. And it just comes down to they don't like each other because of one thing that happened one time
Yeah,
that one of them interpreted as them being mean or like shady, and then the other person's like, well, they don't like me, so I guess I don't like them.
yeah, and there's like a 25% chance that like one person got a role that the other person wanted, and that plays into it subconsciously. And then there's like another 25% chance that they were low key sleeping together at the time. It's a whole thing. It's a whole mess.
You do not know theater kid lore until you know Scrooge is dating Tiny Tim.
That's the realest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Scrooge.
To be fair, this is a straight. To be clear, this is a
No,
straight
no, no, of
couple,
course,
but
of course, of course.
it's too
Scrooge
funny.
was dating Tiny Tim is the greatest.
I shouldn't say straight couple. I don't know. One of them is bi, and I don't know about the other. But um, never assume, never assume sexuality of theater kids.
Sure. Yeah. I
Theater
mean,
kids are gay until proven otherwise.
that's fair. Yeah, that's completely fair.
You know, good memories. But the problem with being an older, like a senior in theater, is when there's like a lot of younger kids and they don't have the same level of commitments.
Oh yeah.
So Tech Week hits them like a fucking truck every time. Tech Week is brutal.
Tech Week is brutal, but then you get to the show run and it's like, God, this is the best thing ever. Like, when can I get back to this as soon
Yeah,
as possible?
it's so we're so back, it's so over.
It's so back, it's so over.
But like the shows are like you're nervous before, and then it's you're on top of the world. And then afterwards it's like, oh, it's over. And then like a week after it's like, oh, it's over.
Yeah, and if the show is good enough, that's like you're taking your final bow, and that's how you're feeling. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, this is my last one in high school. I don't know if I'll do theater in college.
Yeah, maybe you should. It would be fun, I think. I haven't done it because I'm fucking lazy as shit.
That's real. Yeah, so I one of my coworkers at my job, she was also a theater kid. Um, and she's like the one I talk to the most there. Her drama was like their theater like cast was like so queer,
Mm,
like stereotypically.
yeah.
And there was one straight white guy who's just the worst guy ever.
Ah, that sucks. Hate to hear it.
Such a mood killer. And she was talking his Facebook, and he was like going on like um week-long like Christian something trips, or it'd be like change my life, like God is so good, and it's like I hate those types of people, and they're so obnoxious.
Sure.
But yeah, sometimes there is the horrible straight person, which I have not experienced personally, but it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. Yeah.
But yeah, little burnout at the moment. But fuck it, we
Fuck it, we
ball.
ball, man. We're the Swifters. Nothing can keep us down.
Yeah. Um, talk about furries. So,
We're the
I was
Swifters.
thinking about this because I was in a Discord server and I was learning so much from this one person there who is a furry. Crazy stories. But There's a really infamous Lucas DM that was what was the wording?
No, never go band for band versus a furry. That was it.
Best
And
message you've ever sent.
it stays true. It's literally true. I mean, come on, like
Yeah, context. Context. Fursuits are
ex-
insanely expensive, like thousands of
and
dollars a piece for this shit.
the fursuits are expensive. The furry art is expensive. Like they got like
Yeah, I think this birthed from a conversation with a Twitter mutual in a group chat. It was James, I think.
yeah,
I'm like 99% sure.
that sounds
And I
about
think he
right.
was on a Quiet Place or a Quiet Place Day One set, I swear. And he was talking about a coworker who like dropped a crazy amount of money on a fursuit.
Yes, yeah, that sounds about right.
Um, and here's what I've learned. A lot of fursuits have like built-in pockets to
Hmm.
like hold shit, which is so crazy and so cool.
Hmm.
Also, apparently, because the vision from fursuits is so stupidly limiting, some of them have guide humans. They will literally hire people to just help them like walk around.
That's funny as hell.
And the furry house and the surfer, I hate to demean them to just one tree, but it's the most important context. Um, that they saw somebody in a fursuit fall down the stairs one time. I can't imagine. It's not funny, but I'd be laughing my ass off.
To some extent, I feel like you're a little okay because you got that big helmet on. Like your head's all
Yeah,
good.
you've got protection.
Yeah.
Like you're all good. Also, um, should have been obvious to me, but the amount of fur or other kind of padding makes them extremely hot,
Oh yeah.
which in heat is horrible. So apparently they have put ice packs in there, or they have like cooling in the suit.
Hmm.
Guys, do not go band for band with a
Don't go
furry.
band for your furry. They're literally creating the still suits from Dune over here, just so that they can act like a wolf.
Right. I'm literally creating still suits. Insane.
If Arrakis turns out to be real, if Frank Herbert was gifted prophecy, still suits are invented off of furry technology. It's
Frank Cooper would have been proud of furries.
Frank Herbert.
He would have been an ally.
He would have loved furries. I like he's such a weird guy.
He,
He would have been.
if you told them about like the cooling and the like expensive fursuits and whatever, he would have been like, whoa.
He would have been all. He would have been all.
Bro would have written a book about furries.
He would have. Yeah, he would have put furries in Dune.
Maybe actually.
I mean, I mean,
Like some adjacent like stand-in
he
species.
would have. He would have made them the guild navigators. He would have scrapped his previous concept and
The guild navigators.
just went with furries.
Alright. So do you remember the female gaze guy
Yeah,
on TikTok?
I do remember the female gaze guys on TikTok.
The Kevin guy.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Yeah.
so he still uploads videos and his handle so you can look it up. Do you have TikTok?
I don't. I'm not active, but I have like an account.
Okay, if you want to go and see this for yourself, his ad is Strange Mister with an E for the strange,
Okay.
with a 3 for the E in strange. I will be honest, this is not the female gaze.
Was it ever the female gaze?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
But do you remember his like meltdowns on live when people would be like just insulting him?
I don't remember those. I think I missed that.
It's too funny. He was mauling so hard. But also I think he had old tweets come out that were just like horrible.
Hmm. I don't actually don't hate his I don't hate his beard thing he's got going on. I think it's kind of rad.
Oh, I don't like his beard. It's too scruffy. It's too weird.
I kind of
Like it looks like he doesn't take care of it.
I kind of like it. I kinda,
But also just the shaved head's not doing him any favors.
yeah.
He's he still he uploads like the most boring whatever is popular, whatever buzzwords he can put in kind of things.
Overthinking mid convo.
Is like what does he think he's doing?
He's just trying to get that TikTok bag again.
I don't know, everything he does gives me the ick. Like it's the opposite of what he's trying to do.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of see that.
There's one video makes him look like Mac Miller if he was ugly and hated women.
That's.
Do you see it?
I mean, yeah, I kind of get it.
Anyway, I was gonna bring this up because he came across my For You page completely randomly the other day,
Oh yeah.
and I was just astonished that he was still on this website that he didn't get run off.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he disappeared for a few months or did a different account, but like, I don't know. No sense of shame.
Yeah.
I don't know. People like that can just like have like a million followers on TikTok for being the most copy paste person on earth. I just don't get it.
I wouldn't say that the issues with this guy are the fact that he's copy and paste. Honestly, he seems a little too strange. There's some like I wouldn't say he's not generic at all. He's a little too unique.
That's a good way to put it. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes guys just give you the ick, and you gotta just deal
You
with
just gotta
it.
deal with it.
Yeah. Next on the ledger of terminally online discourse. If you didn't see, there's been some drama surrounding some certain
They're all
streamers.
gone. They're all canceled.
Who-
They all got him. They're all they're all they're all
So
rapists and
Lil
pedophiles.
Burst that had abuse
Yeah.
allegations that seemed pretty worrying and probably true.
Yes.
And people dug up shit of him being weird before. That's the problem. Nothing seems like a warning sign until you actually like look back and are like, damn. But people are inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt, which is good, but also bad when it's a guy like him.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And also George not found, and that was in just last night that happens. And it was even more serious. It was essay allegations, and there's implications of Dream covering it up, which not shocking, but
I mean, that puts not found away forever, really. Like, you don't really come back from that. But also, Dream
yeah,
arguably doesn't come back from that either because that's another controversy. That's another problematic aspect on top of already his other problematic stuff, right? Like,
I feel like I like that we live in like a post-stream SMP world where we're actually able to hold these people accountable
yeah,
and not have people like come to their defense immediately, which is nice because people have moved away a bit from the parasocial attachment of that era.
yeah. I think these allegations, I think wouldn't have caught on as well when the Dream SMP was in its peak.
Yeah, and that's also concerning, but also makes me hope that we're in a different time of holding content creators accountable
Totally, for sure.
and actually like fully deplatforming them.
Oh yeah,
See, I prefer the term deplatform over cancel. Cancel implies that just like you're out of the moment. Like you're out of the spotlight for right now. The platform is just taking somebody's public voice away because they no longer have the trust of the public, which I think is more damning.
I understand. I understand your semantic point, but I still kind of like the word cancel. Though. Cancel is just fun. It's just a fun word.
Cancel is funny, but we we shouldn't. That shouldn't be humorous, you know.
I mean, you're you're right. I mean, I don't know. There's a good energy to it. I mean,
It is hard to talk about. It is hard to talk about canceling people when they're literally accused of like sexual assault. So yeah, but you know, they're never gonna have a platform again, and that's nice. It's nice to know. It does remind me of the Call Me Carson situation a few years ago, does it not?
uh, a little bit. I thought Call Me Carson wasn't actually he. I thought his crimes were lesser in retrospect.
Yeah, I mean,
He was a 19-year-old flirting up with.
yeah, that wasn't the issue. It's more just the power dynamic of
But
just
that was
manipulating a family
okay. Okay.
continuously.
Okay. Okay. But that was the initial issue that everyone was like, "Oh, he's a groomer or whatever." But the power dynamic was like the second issue. It's like, "Oh, even if we're not saying he's a groomer, which is a ridiculous abstraction of what he did. The power, I mean, I guess you could say there's a power dynamic issue."
It's just there's definitely being in like sexual with your like fans who are questionably aged is definitely a very worrying thing to do. But also there's also the fact that he like told his friends he was gonna improve and get better and just refused to do so.
Sure.
That kind of shows character more than anything else. And I think that was
Yeah.
what damned him.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck Wilbur said, fuck George Not Found, fuck Dream, fuck all of them.
Yeah. But yeah,
Low key.
low key.
But I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, I want to talk about lack of fulfillment. Because just lately, I'm
Mm.
just feeling very unfulfilled. I'm just struggling to make progress on like projects that I just want to do and things
Mhm.
that are important to me, and I'm just kind of in such a work kind of mindset that I just have not been able to hang out with people as much as I like to. I don't know, it's a frustrating state to
Yeah.
be in.
Yeah, I kind of feel where you're at the moment, to be honest. I'm kind of just like
I'm kind of just here, Grr, it's capitalism.
my lack of fulfillment is due to capitalism.
Yes, I'm choosing to blame this on capitalism.
Choosing to blame it on capitalism. Choosing to blame my lack of doing what I want to do in the way I want to do it on capitalism.
Yeah, I think it is frustrating because sometimes you're just reluctant to reach out to people because you're like anxious about it.
Oh, yeah. No, for
And,
sure.
there is a social anxiety that's just social anxiety isn't something you seek out. It's frustrating because even when you think
Uh-huh.
you've made progress, there's still like the very real state of just like,
Yeah.
you know, you're still anxious, even though you're better than you were.
Oh, yeah. No, totally. And I'm kind of getting that a lot here in college.
Yeah, that scares me a little bit, but you kind of have to build from the ground up, and that's scary. Like you want to introduce yourself as yourself, and that's kind of complicated.
Yeah.
But very fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball.
The Swifter podcast where we talk about our feelings.
Would it really be a true Swifter podcast if we didn't talk about our feelings?
Do y'all ever feel
Do y'all ever feel things?
it's kind of crazy?
I personally don't put down Twitter enough. I don't put Twitter down long enough to really feel anything anymore. So
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I was like, I have to get off Twitter. Like, the doom scrolling really does get to you.
it's getting really bad for me. It's just not.
Yeah, it gets you in a bad state of mind because you feel so like powerless with all this around you. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get better. We'll get better. We gotta make a pact.
We'll make a pact. The Swifter pact for 2024 is to start winning.
Yeah. Coming up next week, we did not talk about the Oscars. We will talk about the Oscars next week, but we will talk about my Oscars.
Hell yeah! The Swifter Jenna 2024 awards. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, this is also kind of procrastination because I didn't get to all the movies I wanted to this week, but um, that goes with the lack of fulfillment. So next week, mark it on your calendars. We're doing it,
Mark it on your
baby.
calendars, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
I might come up with something. Come up with something of my own. Uh,
That's
Probably
true.
not a film-oriented award. I'll probably get a little silly with it. I'll come up with something weird.
That's fair. Every streaming kind of thing needs like a comedy.
It's true.
You know, every straight edge act needs to be mirrored with a comedic element. So
That one guy from The Odd Couple needs the other guy from The Odd Couple.
next week, Lucas will sing "I'm Just Ken" for everybody.
I might just do that.
Or not.
Probably not.
It's his decision because he is just Ken.
I am just Ken. She's everything.
But
He's just Lucas. I really am the Ken of this
we
podcast.
should. Yeah. But you know, you can sell yourself short.
It's at some point in the future. If the Swifter podcast gets to the point that we should make merch, we should make Jenna and Lucas dolls in the style of Barbie. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be too funny. We might get sued, but it'd be funny.
We would get sued. They don't know that. They don't know the concept of a doll.
Look, if Mattel is anything like Nintendo, we're getting killed. They're sending the ninjas.
They ain't sending anything. They ain't sending shit. Okay,
We're gonna defend our territory.
we're gonna defend our territory. Coming up next week. Next week it'll be 10 days to opening day. Major League Baseball. Be there or be square.
Yeah, we love opening day.
We love opening day. Okay. Opening series: Astros versus Yankees in the juice box. Okay, it's gonna be the 2019. It's gonna be the Yankees versus Astros matchup that everyone's been waiting for. Okay.
No trash cans. No
Fuck you.
no
Fuck you.
annoy-
Fuck you for even
no
bringing
annoying
that up.
Yankees.
It's been like
No annoying Yankees.
it's been like 6 years, man. You gotta go get over it. Stop bringing it up.
No annoying Yankees announcers and no Brett Gardner. I don't know who else. Who else is no longer on the Yankees?
I wish. Tough to say.
Oh, Garrett Cole is a Yankee now. Actually,
Garrett Cole.
That is significant.
Yeah, that is kind of significant. So there will be Garrett Cole playing. Funny enough.
Yes.
I wish Garrett Cole was with the Astros so much. It hurts.
I wish that motherfucker was still the Pirates. For the
We're
record.
both bitter.
It is. I will admit he probably would not be as good of a pitcher if he stayed on the Pirates, but
That's probably true.
that's the poverty tax.
It's true. I mean, who knows though? Skeens is looking pretty exciting.
Let's go ski hands. He'll be in the majors this year.
Hell yeah, Skeens is if uh if it's the O'Neal Al Gaib, then it's Skeensgar instead of
Kinsgar
Stilgar.
as written.
Skeensgar, as it was as it was written.
Guys, can you tell we love Dune?
We love dude so much.
Coming up next week, we will ride a sandworm.
We will ride a sandworm next week.
Not clickbait. Um Taylor Swift news. She is related to Emily Dickinson as Taylor's
Oh,
sixth
that was
cousin, three times
huge.
removed.
That is huge news. She's a she's a li- she's yeah she's related to Emily Dickinson
It's literally her.
by like barely. It almost doesn't even count. She's like
Yeah, barely.
third cousin 6 times removed
Look,
or six
every
cousins
white
third cousin.
person is related to every white person if you go back far enough.
That's true. That is true. I mean, I got ancestors back in the Mayflower.
I have John Smith as an ancestor, but it's like not an ancestor directly because like my great grandfather or something was like or great great was like adopted. So
Isn't John Smith the father of liberalism?
that's a different John Smith. This is the John Smith that was in America.
Oh, wait. Is that John Smith the one that like they casted him as dating Pocahontas in Pocahontas, but he didn't really date Pocahontas?
Yes.
Uh, uh,
Yes.
oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
That was when they played Pocahontas in class in like second grade. I was like, he's my ancestor. She didn't
wow.
know.
Didn't know. She didn't know that it's embarrassing. She didn't know it's embarrassing to be related to anybody, any white person in that movie.
But I looking through my bookmarks, I do have two interesting things bookmarks.
Okay.
Did you see the thread about the Thai and Filipino the doll war?
I didn't. I didn't see that.
So in Thailand, um, there's 20 Filipino trans women who ganged up on 4 Thai trans women. And so this kind of was the inciting incident for like a mob forming.
The queen,
And
the queens are at each other. The beautiful
yes,
women. Why are they hating
the
so
Southeast Asian
much?
queens are at each other. But
This is horrible.
apparently the Thai people are super protective of even the trans women. So
As they should.
they do not play. There's so many videos of this. It's so crazy.
God,
Jamie, can you pull it up?
this is so sad.
Jamie, can you pull that up?
I would die for trans women.
That's so real. All the Filipino people in the comments, like, we don't fuck with them. Like, you gotta know.
Oh yeah.
Um, a group of Thai transgender women were like, uh, this was like fucking West Side Story. It's crazy.
I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna write that musical.
But translation of a video from this. Thai girl 1, I don't have any weapon on me. I don't have anything. Thai girl 2, we only brought our fists and cocks.
Telling that East Doll story.
Oh my god. Why are Thai people are a very unserious group of people. The guy says in the thread, like, it's crazy. This background. Thai people do not play when it comes to their trans people. Only country on earth where even straight men will defend trans women. That is so fucking real. That is so real.
Better goddamn culture than we live in. Here we just
Damn,
we brutalize them. We don't protect trans women here.
right? Like, those men are laying it all out there. Also, I'm gonna send you this tweet that we can just talk about quickly. Why are rich kids so invested in trying to be emo?
Oh, this video is so cringy. I don't even want to. I don't even want to think about it anymore. It's so bad. For you, you're a dog on a leash. You're a beat dog on a leash. Oh my god, it's so bad.
The lyrics are horrible, but it's also the fact that it's like it's so polished. The clothes are like super new and neat and like well put together. Um, Nothing's messy. Um,
The posing is so obvious.
but it's also the fact that they're in like a clearly suburban neighborhood that just pushes it over the edge.
Yeah,
These people are not punk, they're posers.
for sure. I mean, honestly, I like you know punk. I mean, like pop punk. Like punk rock, punk. People have talked about suburbia before, but you're usually supposed to be a little edgy. Like you're supposed to be a little angsty about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not
Yeah,
punk rock isn't pro suburbia, even when it is implicating it. They're just not even mentioning it in this video.
right. Like, I don't know. I feel like in 2000s culture, these people would have been run out of music immediately. Like the punk and punk adjacent communities back then did not fuck with posers.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's valid. Well, we're arguably not fucking with it right now because everyone's talking shit about it. I mean, we can say like, oh, in the past this never would have flied, but it's arguably not flying right now. So, I think maybe these subcultures are protected at least a little bit.
Yeah, and they're you know there are criticisms to be made, but they stand on business. All right, I think we're good. I think we're done.
Jenna, where can they find you?
You can find me at Fiona Appletree at with one A at X formerly known as Twitter.
You can find
And where can they
me.
find you?
They can find me at Lucas_copy_1 on the exact same website. Funny enough.
Yeah. All right, that is gonna be the episode.
That's gonna be the episode. Hell yeah.